Neil from Essex here, taking you along today on a walk around our equipment lot. Oftentimes we're focusing on a specific model and talking about its features, its use, its functionality, but there's a bunch out here today that really doesn't deserve a whole long form video, but is just cool stuff. So come along with me here today. We're going to take a quick walk around the yard and point out all the things that I find interesting.
Essex, a helping hand with your land.
One thing is starting to trickle out around here is snow equipment. It's August, right? It's still plenty hot outside, but we're starting to prep that machinery for wintertime, actually, right? The shopping season for snow equipment will start here in about fall, just a couple of weeks away. And so you're starting to see some things come out like this Steiner with the snowblower on the front, and also this BX 2380 right here. If you're shopping for a BX tractor and you want a deal on one, this was set up for another customer with a snowblower here on it. We took it off the front, but this is actually a 2022 leftover. It's going to save you a real chunk of money on a new tractor by picking up a leftover model. So this is still floating around out there. There's a lot more to look at. It's just something that you won't find at all of our stores. We were out on YouTube earlier running around a Stinger spreader sprayer. This is a similar unit from another company that you're going to notice that this one is all stainless. One of the things that was pointed out by some of the viewers of the Stinger video was the amount of painted parts that are on there that take a lot of wear and tear from fertilizer and spray. And that's where you see units like this that are made out of all stainless that are going to hold up a lot better to that kind of application. This is going to work much the same way, right? It pivots with a sulky here on the back in order to drive around. But this unit compared to the Stinger one that we ran is quite a lot larger. It's going to have higher capacity hoppers and tanks on it and is going to be stainless. So a little bit different. I like that Stinger one a lot. If you're getting into that kind of application business, it's a great option. The computer stuff that's on there makes it really easy to use and has less of a learning curve than this machine would. But if you're at the other end of the spectrum and you have a mature business and you need a larger, more productive machine, this is going to be along those lines. There's two special RTVs here, and these are kind of call them limited models. They're hard to come by. The one right here, this kind of gray, slate bluish color, is a one-off machine that they do every year. Every dealership gets one machine where they ship one of these out with all kinds of accessories on it. Kind of gives us a hero unit to be able to show off. This particular machine has a winch, a roof, a windshield, headrest, mirrors, all the kind of stuff that you can add on to these things to make them cool. The RTV 520 here is the same kind of idea, but this one I believe is going to hang around a little bit more. And if I remember right, could be wrong, I think they refer to this as the Crossroads Edition, but it's taking an RTV 520 and having the factory install a really nice hard cab onto the unit. A lot of times when you add cabs onto the smaller utility vehicles like this, the fit and the finish isn't real good, and they end up as being like loud, rattly machines. They just don't finish out well. This, though, is different. By the factory putting this on, it saves a lot of cost and installation labor on our behalf. And the fit and finish of this cab is really impressive. It doesn't have air conditioning and stuff like the RTV 1100 does, but you'd be impressed. It feels a lot better than a typical small utility vehicle ever will. Just quickly here from an inventory perspective, I'm sick of talking about shortages and supply chain and whatever. When you look out here, you still see a lot of machines with red sold tags on them, but clearly equipment is starting to accumulate again. We're still short on high flow models from where we would like to be, but for standard flow equipment, I think we have pretty much a full selection of everything that you might want at this point. We spent 2 or 3 years here with used inventories really not looking good, and that kind of has come back again, but not only has the inventory level come up, I'm happy with how selection looks. Going into wintertime here, to be able to have things like used snowblowers is really kind of nice. And some unique ones too. One for a Grand L60 with the auto hitch on the front. That's pretty unique. I know there's a BX and an LX one here, so we have a used snowblower for the main series of Kubota tractors. My Artilian rock bucket here with the grapple lids on it is up for sale. This is one that I've had here for a little while. I don't use it enough to keep 2 grapples at home. So if you want something that you've seen in my videos off of my tractor, here you go. And here you can see a little bit what I mean in terms of selection. There's some standard L's, there's some big B series tractors, 3 right here, B3200s. This is the large 30 horse machine right before emissions started. One with a backhoe, one with a loader, stuff to pick from again, right? And again, we spent a lot of time here with just not enough of this kind of stuff out here. Not only is the inventory back again, it's inventory that I'm excited to sell. Here's another piece of snow equipment that's not new to the market, but it is new to us. We've been a Boss dealer for a long time, primarily using their plows and stuff on UTVs, but we were never able to get their Snow Raider snow removal machine before, and this year we can. This is a purpose-built machine specifically for pushing snow off of sidewalks. It's gonna look a lot like a commercial walk-behind mower, but this one has been modified. It's had that mower deck taken off of it and a plow put on the front, and in some cases, spray tanks and attachments, depending on the model that you pick here, that gives you a purpose-built machine for clearing snow off of sidewalks and commercial properties. We have a dozen of these Lane Shark mowers here that arrived just the other day. If you ever are out mowing and you just have challenging places to reach, attaching a mower onto your front loader and also a mower that will offset to the side can allow you to get to some of those tricky places that you can't get with a 3-point hitch-based mower. But one thing that we do here at Messick's that's a little different is that years ago we used to work with a Lane Shark competitor for this idea and use these 3-point hitch kits in order to power these mowers. Getting the hydraulics hooked up to these continues to be a challenge because you need a constant flow, right? And one that allows you to return that hydraulic fluid to tank when you turn this thing off because you've got this big spinning blade. And oftentimes we pair these mowers with these Ironcraft pump kits. If you have a application for your tractor that just demands more hydraulic flow than what your tractor produces, these pump kits are a really inexpensive way to have a frame, a tank, and a high capacity pump put on the back of your tractor in order to power those hydraulically powered implements. And for us, that's most commonly a Lane Shark mower. So some cool ways that we're able to piece together bits from different suppliers in order to make better solutions than what you will often find from other dealers. Speaking of Lane Sharks, this is the one that everybody has kind of always wanted, right? Lane Sharks are awesome mowers for getting to those hard to reach places, but you have to manually move the mower into that hard to reach place. This is their new Hammerhead mower, probably one of the first ones that's leaving their factory, and this one can work hydraulically. Still only takes one constant flow hydraulic line off your tractor, but then uses a manifold over here in order to operate the 2 hydraulic cylinders in order to put this thing into the place that you'd like it. I'm excited to get this set up and prepped and out on a tractor. Watch for that in a future video. Wolf Ridge is a company that surprises us every day. Let's call it that. Cool guys making amazing equipment. If you've got firewood to split in a commercial sense, right? A lot of output. This is amazing equipment from some really cool people. This piece, though, is a little different than the rest. We've walked around some Wolf Ridge equipment before. This is a Model 28C that's not even on their configuration tool yet, where they've gone and they've attached a conveyor to the end of the splitter. So as you're splitting here and you have this 6.5 second cycle time, the 28-ton cylinder, you can move a lot of volume of firewood through here. As it comes off the end, it'll go into this conveyor here that you can run out and fill a tote or something with, as opposed to dropping this off to the ground. So a little bit of added cost, but man, do we find their models that have these conveyors to be super popular. All of their vertical splitters, over half the ones that go out of here will have the extra charge on it for this conveyor because of that convenience of not having to pick up and move the firewood as it comes off the end of the splitter. So we think this model is going to be really popular. It's available right now, actually, and not even on the Wolf Ridge configuration tool yet. We're going to take a quick walk here up through Lampride Row. It is something to stand here in April and look at the piles of attachments out here and wonder, how on earth are we going to sell all this stuff? But sitting here like 4 months later, there's some cool stuff here, but a fraction of what you would have seen not all that long ago. Cone spreaders, we should have a lot of right now because we're going to use them for salt here in the wintertime. Light tillage, some discs, grading scrapers. This is cool. Lampride's making a lightweight 4-in-1 bucket now. I'd love to get these out on top of a tractor and be able to show them to you, but they're cool. rear blades. We still sell a lot of Lampride grapples in addition to the Vernigs that we have here too, but gosh, the grapple pile is a third of what it was 4 or 5 months ago. Landscape rakes, box blades, lightweight pallet forks, specifically the ones for the BX we really like. They're tough for us to find good lightweight ones from other companies. And that goes for some of these snow plows as well. Lampride's really good in this 05 series of lightweight loader mount plows for small tractors. A lot of times when we start looking at other vendors, things are just too big for the tractor that we're putting them on. Push boxes to go onto those loaders, snow blowers for the 3-point hitch. We're pretty thin on rototillers, but there's a bunch of those left. Weight boxes in multiple sizes. Seating as we get here into fall, if you're going to be doing fall seating and stuff, we've got a couple of the overseaters in stock, handfuls of rear finish mowers, and brush hogs. It's a long walk through the huge variety of stuff out here that could be fit onto your tractor. Couple of cool tractors over here that are going out for customers, and this is one of the first that I'm seeing set up with Lampride's top and tilt kit on it. Top and tilts have been common on bigger tractors, hard to find ones that fit properly, a lot on smaller tractors, but we're happy now to see Kubota using Lampride in order to source the pieces to put together 3-point hitch top and tilt kit. So this tractor is going to have 2 rear remotes. They're tucked up under here where these cylinders plug in, and then by working the valves up here from the seat, you can change the left to right tilt of your implements and also the front to back rake of your implements by moving these cylinders. So cool. A lot of this stuff is in stock now. We've got more top and tilt kit options than what we've ever had before. In front of me here is a Del Marino Centurion Super 132. Big name for a mower, right? This one's a little bit different than your average flail mower because it's hydraulic to swing out and also hydraulic to tilt up and down. This is going to be a fantastic mower for reaching over pond banks, over roadsides, and reaching into those tough to get to places. You'll notice here that this needs 2 hydraulic remotes in order to operate the 2 hydraulic cylinders here, just like the B series over here that we just looked at for the hydraulics for that top and tilt kit. There's a lot of applications where you can actually put those things to use. One thing that's changed here at Messick's a little bit over the last couple of years is seeing more people use these rear hydraulics. By taking the time to do these videos and show what these tractors are capable of with the right accessory kits, it's causing more of you to get interested in these sort of setups, and we're selling more of them all the time. So if you look at a tractor like this, if you look at this setup and you don't know how to put it together, your local dealer doesn't know about these things and how to assemble these more complex setups, do give us a call. We're glad to help to fix you up with this kind of attachment. Now, if your interests are more in compact tractors and construction equipment, you look at something like this and think, what on earth is that? This is a seed tender. A lot of our larger farmers are gonna buy seeds in totes, and those totes are gonna feed the seed out the bottom of a large rectangular container. That seed will feed into these cross augers down here in the bottom that will go up this chute and then can fill a seeder or an air drill in bulk. It's a lot easier, a lot more efficient than handling by the bag. So funny, right? You see these weird flat deck things with the spout coming off of it? It's a seed tender. The summer rain's really starting to come down, so we got to get inside, but just cool stuff, right? I always enjoy taking a break from being around my desk all day long and going for a walk outside to see some of these cool setups, right? The cool stuff that's going out, the applications that people have for this equipment that is served so well by the right attachments and accessory kits. So if you're shopping for a piece of equipment and we can help, got parts and service needs for a machine you've already got, give us a call at Messick's. We're available at 800-222-3373 or online at Messick's.com. We know it's July, end of July. Wait, what month is it? August. Okay. Called, what do they call it?